All right. Are we live? Is this happening? Do you see an arm here ready to cook? Woo! Hello, Morning Claw. Hi, Felly Faye. We are. It's working after a good little bit of finagling about. I've started on the work beer already because it was getting a little tense there. Top down camera, fancy. I know that's what's taking so long. That's what's taking so long. First time chat. Hey Ryu. How's the pain mic? Not too bad. Should we turn the volume down a little bit, or is it okay? I'm not going to be smoking, apart from maybe some tofu. I don't know. So the only way is up, Alison. That's it. All good, I think. Thank you, Prickly. Um, Mrs. Radzig on tech support. First time catching me live. Yay, sweet. Um, do we know what the plan is? Is the chop cam okay here? Because I'm going to be working. Is that fine? The plan is soup time exactly. Thank you, Mrs. Dadzig, for tech support. Indeed, Ryumi. It's actually pinned now as a note. The chef is here. Yeah, look at the. That's it. This is funny. I like this. So week 1 of 52, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we'll continue. We'll see. There might be some hiatuses in between, of course. And we're going to start with a Czech soup is the plan. And it's going to be Česnečka. You mad lad? Well, I know, but why not? Let's aim high. Why not? I've actually been wanting to do some kind of cooking thing for a very long time. So here we are, doing it. Amazeballs. So first of all, we're gonna go through. I'm gonna go through the work because my whole thing about this cooking stuff, chat is, hey Jolly, is Mango the sous chef? No, he would just be annoying. He's lovely as a companion, as a sous chef, annoying. You ended up ordering Burger King. Well, whatever, man. You know, no shaming. I occasionally go down into the depths of the fast food as well. 80-20, right? It's the plan. 80% healthy, 20% whatever. And shame. Her main function in the kitchen is to get tripped over. Yeah, that's right. I do not hate Mango. I like him very much. But like everybody, myself included, I have good points and bad points, as does Mango. And he is not a very good sous chef. That's it. Do terrible with written recipes. Ryu, it's honestly, Česnečka is one of the easiest. Put it in a blender with some water and broth cube and call it soup. You're set. It's not actually far off Česnečka. It's really quite a simple soup. So let's go through our ingredients first. And also, like I said, I don't like how these cooking programs are sometimes so they rush through stuff. So, basic ingredients for today: simple paring knife. I have this small chopping knife. Anything that fits comfortably in your hand, really. That's what you're looking for, right? And as you can see, my knives are sharp because I cut myself yesterday already with this particular beastie. So there it is. And a potato peeler. Almost forgot my bread. Hang on, wandering off. So, we have bread. This is a German bread, actually, that I brought back with me. Still good. It's a little on the old side now, of course, which is perfect for what we need actually, because we're going to make croutons. We have 2 potatoes. You can also add carrots or some root parsley if you're into that kind of thing, but we're keeping it basic today. 2 potatoes. I looked up about 5 to 6 different recipes yesterday. The cloves of garlic varied between 2 to 8, right? Well, it doesn't have to be German bread, it just needs to be a rye bread. But we're going international with that, you're absolutely right. And so cloves of garlic went anywhere between 2 to 8, right? I've got here, what is it, 2, 4, 6. And we're probably going to grab a few more because they're a bit small. Easy peasy. An onion, 1 medium to large size onion. Right, what's that? Slightly smaller than a tennis ball, if you're wanting some reference. We're going to go full fat here. We're going full grease, full fat. If you want to make this a veggie version, you can leave out the bacon. You could substitute it maybe for tofu, I guess, at a pinch, smoked tofu, if you really want to go down that route. You could leave out the eggs if you wanted to. You will see variations of this everywhere, right? It depends on how many vampires you want to chase off. Yeah, I know, right? The apron was bought for me by the German contingent of Evil Gang. Is this recipe Logan safe? Nah, not at all. Too many vitamins. No, it's Luke who doesn't like vitamins. Now, I personally would have preferred lardons, but all I could find is some bacon. Right, that's fine. We're not going to use all of that, just about 100 grams, 4 ounces for the people using old money. And then we've got salt, pepper, spices, bay leaf, which we'll go through in a little bit. Definitely going to want some more garlic and cheese, by the way, guys. So, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I've only ever seen this in one pub in Prague, but Olomoucky Twarushki. It is made with curd cheese, like kvark, twaroch. It's pretty stinky, but oh my goodness, it is oh so good. Okay, now again, as with most recipes, you can do this in a multitude of different ways. Yes, Esther had it in Lidl. Pretty cool, eh? Thanks, love the hat too. It looks so thin. What, the cheese? Yeah, the little slivers. Look at that. What's that? 2, 4, 5 of them in there. Tiny little things, but very powerful. So you need to go careful with it. It's pretty full on. We're lamenting over the bacon. Pourquoi? Oh, because it's thin. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. The flavour is important. And then lastly, stock. I had some stock cubes that I froze. Basically, I made homemade stock a while back, so they're due to be used. I'm going to want 1.5 litres of this though, so I'm going to top that up with cold water and chuck a cheat cube in there. Nothing wrong with a cheat cube, stock cube, because it gets the job done. I tend to not use, if the recipe says a whole stock cube, I tend to just use a little bit and allow the flavours, the cooking to come through. So that's it. So again, as I say, I've looked at a few different recipes. Is it ham? No, it's bacon. Ideally, it's a bit tricky finding the right thing. I check what they call bacon is slanina is a bit strange. So, but you want something cured. So lardons would be the equivalent, something like that. If you can get it from the butcher, I would ask them to cut you 1/2 inch, somewhere about 1/2 inch, or let's say somewhere between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, but 1 centimeter thick or whatever, or you cut it yourself from a block, and then you cut tiny cubes would be the way forward. Band-aid on the thumb already, yeah, well spotted from yesterday. I mentioned that a little while ago. This little fiend here. But we'll talk about equipment and another feed. but this is fairly straightforward. So, yes, Esther, branik. For those of you who don't know what branik is, it is the working man's beer. This is what you would see on a building site or on a road. It's actually made down the road. Used to be made down the road. Here it's actually made now by Pilsner, actually, as it happens. 4.1 degrees, 4.1% alcohol, 10-degree beer, very refreshing, good working beer, which is why I'm on it now. It is the mean beer. I said Pilsner style. I did not mean Pilsner Urquell. Personally, Pilsner Urquell I think is great, but from a bottle, whatever. I prefer other stuff. As you'll see, I've got a few nice, interesting variations coming up. Cooking time, indeed. So, first things first. Croutons. Oven's going on. And actually, I changed my mind. We're going to put the potatoes on because I saw one recipe which suggested cooking the potatoes first so the starch doesn't go in the soup, which makes sense because we don't want too much starch. I have a preference for this Swiss style peeler. It's just more comfortable in the hand, I find, rather than this one. Each to their own. So we're gonna rough cut these. They're not gonna be cut too small, but for the soup itself, you're gonna want to dice them a bit smaller. So we're really just parboiling them here. To start with, a couple of nice potatoes. There it is. We'll see. I might change my mind. We might add a third one in once I get my stock measured up, actually. All right, so there it is. That'll do. Few spots, don't matter. Who cares? Isn't this amazing? If you said this to me a year ago, that I would actually finally get to be streaming. Never found one you've liked. What do you mean? You don't like beer, Yowie, at all? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Are we talking lagers though, or is it a real ale setup? My biggest downfall is not dicing the potatoes the same size. Who cares? I mean, are we going for Michelin star? It's Česnečka. Also, I mean, it could just be practice and a bigger knife. If you have a bigger knife, then you can make longer, straighter cuts. Does that make sense? Anyway, but I want to like beer, so I keep trying it. It's a mix. All right. Well, have you tried fruit beers, Yowie? Like Belgian style? Or something a bit fruitier? Maybe that's the way. What is it you don't like about beer? They cook better if they're the same size. Yes, but they'll cook anyway. If you go for a firmer potato, and this is type B, by the way, different potatoes. I don't know if you maybe know, some people don't know this. There are different types of potato. So here in Central Europe, they tend to classify A, B, C, and these are type B, which are sort of in the middle, as you might imagine. A type are better for salad. Go off camera real quick, because they hold their shape, and C are better for fries. Because actually for fries and stuff, you want that fluffy, right? So you want them to kind of collapse. Also for mash, arguably. Although I've never yet met a potato that I can't mash, so who cares? Right. Do I wash my peeler? No, I rinse it. Job done. There it is. So I'm going to get the oven on to 180 degrees centigrade, which is for old money people somewhere around 350 Fahrenheit. She's a bit noisy, you might hear in the background. Roughly 180. I'm going to top up my stock now. I said 1.5 litres in the recipe, didn't I? So. What are we at now? 1.2, 1.4. This is hot water, by the way. I boiled it before stream started. So 1.5. We'll see how that tastes. I'll set that to one side when I've thinned that out. And the rest of the hot water here is going to go into my small pot. My tatties. And I like to often pre-boil water. That's a bit too much. They just need to be covered. And as I say, for this, because once they're parboiled, we can chop them a bit finer. Something along these lines. That'll do. Will I salt the water? Absolutely. I like to use a variety of different salts these days. I've got some Celtic sea salt, I've got some Himalayan salt, I've got some rock salt, mainly for the different mineral content. Oh, nice. Yeah, oh my God, there's nothing. You know, actually, one of the best things in the world is homegrown potatoes, boiled in the skins, peeled at the table with some butter and salt and parsley. Truly one of nature's absolutely amazing gifts. Stove goes on. Doesn't like me. I don't know how wet fingers. Damn. So this is going to be a mix of rock salt and Himalayan, teaspoon or so. Give that a little stir. Just to mix up that salt. Lid goes on. Sorry you can't see the cooker right now. Once we actually get to cooking the soup, well, I'll turn the camera around. Yeah, but you know, you can peel the skins afterwards, right? And they do taste different, and the nutrients stay in. Or yeah, make them crunchy, exactly. With some baking soda, processed and fresh. What does the baking soda do? I guess it's a different type of salt flavor, right? 6 centuries. What? Hang on, Esther. What's this going on now? Is this some type of bread, or what are we talking about? Hey, Mooney. Welcome to chat for the first time. Yeah, I know. I'm trying. We're doing it. I've been encouraged. Sally and others. Thank you, Rumi. Yes. Here we go. Potato farmers and the family. There we go. Bread. Now, croutons. Controversial. Sometimes I like to start my croutons in a frying pan with a bit of oil. We're making 1.5 liters of broth, right? If you portion out something like 250 ml as a small bowl of soup, so if you're serving this as a larger, you would maybe do 1/2 liter. So by the time all the content's in, we're going to have about 2 liters of mass. The question is, do you like croutons? Because if you like croutons, is that enough croutons for you? Probably not. So we're going to go 3 slices because I love croutons. There we go. Cut them one way. We can be delicate about it. We can, whatever, yeah, if you want. But what's the point? Just get it done. We'll talk about 20-minute meals, by the way, or half-hour meals at some point as well, because it is possible. And as I said before, I am prepping everything. So if you're not used to cooking, my suggestion is always prep everything before. Like you see them doing the TV program, everything's in its bowls. Yes, it's a bit of extra washing up, but if you're not an experienced cook, bear with me. If your croutons, large bowl, we're going to toss a little bit of olive oil and some powdered garlic because we're making a garlic soup, so why not more garlic? So back to, if you're not an experienced cook, the extra little bit of washing up from some chopped vegetables on a plate, which literally you don't even need to put in the dishwasher or whatever, you can just rinse off, right? If it's just some paprika or whatever. Pro kitchen may be a different protocol. So why worry? But get everything prepped, and then you can have it all done. If you go to like an Asian kitchen, right, where they're doing all that stir fry stuff, everything's already prepped. It's all there. Spoon of that, spoon of that, spoon of that, bang, bang, bang. Because for stir fry, you need that because it's a quick cooking thing, right? What's that, Alison? Cook your pasta, make your sauce, and yeah, it's true. One needs to be a little bit careful. I only learned about this recently about histamines apparently from leftovers. So, but it's true. Cook when you're into it. Slice of bread with jam. That's also good. I like bread and jam too. All right, what do we got? Croutons. We will go over here for a little bit of powdered garlic. La, 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 la. Some of this jazz. Drop the lid. Nice. Salt. And which oil? Not really technically really check that, isn't it? A bit of olive oil, but come on now. There we go. Just a good drizzle of that. Ooh, lovely. They're quite large croutons, mine. I could have cut them a bit smaller, to be fair, but I can't be asked. I cannot be asked. Right. Get yourself a tray. Old trusty. I never use soap on my trays or my frying pans. I don't have non-stick anymore. Got rid of them. So if you have something that roasts or fries, do not use soap. Let that build up. I've had someone use soap on this, and much to my disadvantage. I can't be asked. Yes, sometimes the easiest thing is hard enough, or good enough for government work, or there's another one that's coming. So you don't have to put oil on the croutons. I just find it's nice. There we go. Oven is not quite up to temperature, almost. Bam. Here we go. Potatoes and these boil. I'm going to turn those back just so they don't over boil on me. Stick that there for now. Clean up our board. Clean as we go. Clean as we go. Clean, clean, clean as we go. Paring knife. Onion. Top and tail. I saw a clever way of doing this the other day, and I forgot to save it. So some geezer, he's like, "Don't do it like this. Do it like this." And I thought, "That's clever. I'll remember that." Of course, I didn't. So the onion, the humble onion, the white onion, the salad onion, the red onion, the alum family, garlic, chives, leek, shallots, all have their own little things going on. Typically, right, what you'll see is they'll say cut this way, cut that way, once or twice. Right, fingers out of the way, and then you can go lengthwise. We don't want too big Thanks in the Česnečka. There it is. To be honest, this knife is a wee bit small for me. I need to buy something that's a bit more medium. Knife skills develop like anything. You need repetition. So go slow. When you see these people online and they're just banging away, right? Maybe this is a little quick, just check on the potatoes. There. Tickling away, I'm going to turn them right back because I don't want to cook them all the way through right now. I will finish them off in the broth. This is just to parboil them. But you know what? Chop any way whole where you want. I was into cooking programs as a kid. I watched many hours, and my favorite program, you can probably still find it online, is Ready Steady Cook. It's a 30-minute program, and of course they did some editing because it's TV. But what you also realize is that it's the same process. Yeah, we all cut our fingers, but that's part of it. I cut my finger yesterday. It's going to happen. It's unavoidable. You're going to burn yourself. My mum worked in a pizza house when for a while. She came back with burns on her arm every week. It's inevitable, actually, and unfortunately, it's true. I don't know if it's still the case, but at one point in the UK, the professional kitchen, was the 6th most dangerous workplace because also some chefs are freaking psychos. So working professionally has never really been my thing. I worked with a catering company once doing, oops, it's a blunt kid's knife, almost stabbed myself. I'm talking while working, so this is a bit new. I can't stop peeling off my fingertips. Oh yeah, well. There we go. Yes. How many ways to die? Dumb ways to die. Anyway, not to put you off. Point is, take your time, and this is the thing. So, like, we're prepping ahead, right? We're going to chop everything. Somehow I'm going to move this camera around, I hope. I don't know how that's going to work with this setup because the second camera was being fiddly. That's why we had issues getting in. No, look, it doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, it's about eating. If I had more time, if I wasn't a little bit distracted by chat, I might have done a neater job. But I'm not bothered. I don't care because I know after all this, it's going to taste good. Put my bread away. That will be toast and jam for the morning. Cheers. Yeah, we never got to the. Maybe you said why you didn't like beer, but we can't get back to that. Why is it a baby knife? Because it's for a kid, isn't it? It's for a kid. Well, it's a kid's knife. But it's also actually quite good if you've got small hands, which is why it was purchased. Cancel onion. No, you can't cancel onion. You cannot cancel onion. No way. Onion is the base. It's dark where it's gonna go anyway. Oh, your tongue doesn't have eyes. That's funny. You know what my great grandmother used to say? It's a shame that we spend all this time cooking because it all comes out looking the same way. She was a card. My great grandmother, mind. All right. Garlic. Yeah, I think we're gonna need more garlic because these are quite small. So here's the thing. If they are sprouting, you should take the green bits out, apparently, because they're not good for you. Again, there are different ways to cheat and peel your garlic. I'm gonna try and pimp this up a little bit tonight because I'm gonna put garlic's gonna go in chopped. We're gonna crush a bit of garlic right at the end to really give it a snap. I'm also gonna brown a bit of garlic in a pan with butter. So there's going to be 3 types of garlic actually, which again you don't need to do. Some people will just crush it right at the end. Some will put it in when they're frying, and others will not put very much in. As I said, I saw one recipe which said 2 cloves. I don't think that's enough. Some had 8, which I think was a little for only a litre of water, which I thought was a bit excessive. Yeah. But yes, gluten-free beer is very good, actually. It is a very effective way to peel the husks. You're right, that one's duff. I don't know if you can see that. Get rid of that. So potatoes tickling away. Where's my garlic dash? Where's my garlic? The alums. Drawers. All right. There we go. Grab a couple of these bad boys in. Yoo-hoo! So, I'm not sure where we should go next in terms of soup. Where do we go from the Czech Republic? The Czechs have a few options. Yeah, as I say, there's a whole bunch of different cheats. Yeah, I thought maybe Hungary. I thought maybe we should kind of stick with the game regions first. So Hungary makes sense. So look, here's what's going on. They're already sprouting, you see. So that's why I'm also using more cloves, because we're losing a bit of mass. So apparently this stuff is bitter and you shouldn't use it. So I cut them out. Some people don't care. Maybe you don't care, and that's fine. Probably you're not going to die. Who knows? But Jar Jar, it's so much pleasure. The process, the way I see it, is it's nurturing. But I get it. Some people just aren't into it. So, but maybe what do you like eating though? Is there anything particularly you like eating? Because maybe that's the way to go. You love baking. Aha, aha. We have the bakers in the house. Okay. So, as I say, I will reserve a couple of the bigger ones, I think, for the frying. So we can already go ahead and chop those, actually. It would be nice if they were whole cloves. So about the chopping, yeah. I don't know if you can see that. You want to have your knife up against the fingers. So you tuck your fingernails back is the idea. So the knife edge actually is not going anywhere near the fingertips. With fiddly stuff like garlic, it is still possible until you get very small. But it's feasible. I'm going to transfer that to my wee frying pan right away, because it can be ready to go. Also, garlic gives off different flavors depending on how you chop it, which is quite a fascinating thing, isn't it? How that works. So, I've got my wee frying pan. It's a good one. I picked this up. Someone was throwing it away, or someone was giving it away actually on Facebook, and I was like, "Yes, thank you very much." And it happened to come with a lid that fits. So, A lot of my pots are mismatched, lids and stuff. Is that enough? I don't think that's enough. Let's do more garlic. Should we do more garlic? More garlic? How chopped should the garlic be for frying? Thin slices. Thin slices like that. It will crisp up. The trick is low and steady. It's going to go with butter. So butter burns, right? If you go too hot, so it's like low. It's like ridiculous. It's like it's the same with what's the word for with oh, crikey, onions. What do you do with onions? You caramelize them. It takes 20 minutes to caramelize onions because you need to let the sugars work themselves out. This garlic, if you cook it slow, will eventually go brown and crispy with the butter. It's amazing. So it's going to be a garnish. This I think we're going to cook, and then we'll crush a couple at the end. So this stuff, again, we're gonna chop this into. It's quite sticky. That's what she said. Garlic. So yes. So the oligosaccharides in onion and garlic and such, your gut bacteria really like. So that's handy, isn't it? So eat your onions, kids. I read somewhere about 2 years ago that for a happy gut, I could huff my garlic fingers. Oh, I looked up just at the right time there, Yowie. So we're just going to rough chop these. I read somewhere that for a happy gut, your body likes to consume every week. You should aim for 40 different fruits and vegetables, right? At which point you're going to go, that is not possible. Well, look, it's quite easy. I've got 3 vegetables in this soup: potatoes, garlic, onions. If you wanted to, as I said, you could put carrots in there. That'll do. Again, it's a rough chop. And then at the end, we're going to do 2 more cloves, big cloves from this here thing, I think, just to finish it off. So we might as well prep those, hadn't we, while we're here. There. So yeah, 40 fruits and vegetables. Let's say you buy a bag of mixed nuts, hazelnuts, walnuts, pecans, whatever, that's 3. Throw some fresh parsley, dried parsley into your food. There's going to be oregano in this, so actually we're using 4 vegetables. There's going to be a bay leaf. I don't think that probably counts. You eat some lettuce one day, you have a cucumber another, have some pepper another, and if you actually like try and sit down and eat home food, whole food, you'll find it's very easy. You do, of course you do. How many fruits do you know? Apples, bananas, cherries, apricots, peaches, mandarins, oranges, grapefruits. You know, you will know. Oh, you swine! I was doing this earlier, waiting for the V cam. Not connected. Oh, yeah. This is what the issue we had with earlier. Oh, failed to connect. All right. Well, we're gonna have to work this bit of tech wizardry out going forwards. Not connected. All right, while this is taking the piss, we'll have a look at the old croutons. Do not forget the croutons. Failed to connect. Can you see that? Can you see that? I think they're almost done. In fact, they might be a little bit on the border. And then almost there. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Potatoes off. I have a timer. Use the timer, Michael, because you will forget. Timer. All right. I'm gonna have to close this. Close the app. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. Wontons. I just eat the croutons and call it a day. Crouton. Dried apricots as a snack. There we go. Dried apricots, prunes, figs, dates. Dried stuff is good as well. Because those sugars act in a different way. Ginger. Bang some ginger in there. Eat a bit of ginger. Make some ginger tea. It's not as difficult as you think. Cabbage. Have some cabbage. Buy some Chinese leaf. Oh, really? All right, we'll live with the tech issues for a second, because we're not in a rush, I guess. Is the beauty of it, isn't it? Yes, I allowed permission last time. Do what? As long as you can hear me, I guess is the main thing. Waiting for the camera. Connecting. Please wait. We're connecting you with a specialist as soon as we can. We appreciate your waste and service. All right. I have to go through this whole thing again. What? What have I done? Thanks for mentioning what? What have I said? What? What's coming from the stream? What have I done? Oh, you have a message. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all right. I'll change it, I guess, later. The title. Learning curves, isn't it? All right. So we're going to close this. We're going to have to go through all this. Farfage. We're going to do this. Open. Yes. Waiting for the IV can. Connected. Please wait. We're connecting you with an operator as soon as we can. You're. Oh, for God's sake! I gave you permission the first time. Why do you ask me again and again? This burden on my life. Why must it be so? Everard, for all these years I've tended to you and your family. Did you not simply see? You're buying KFC, is that what? Which means it's not responding. Well, guys, if anyone's got any experience with IV cam, then by all means, I've done that. I'm closing apps and reopening left, right, and center. I've closed it and reopened it. That's why it's asking me to give permission again. Anyway, I'm doing a bit of a cleanup. Todd, done ahead of time. What are you doing on this prep? Oh my fucking word. Hope and glory. What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. Wi-Fi is being dodgy. All right. Well, anyway, let's close this up, and we'll get back to it in a second. So, guys, we got chat, haven't we? I didn't know who exists until 5. Yeah, I know. Well, there we go. That doesn't really help. Prickly. No, it doesn't. Got my wee bin here. Straight on my bin. Oops. The hand wash. Okay. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi is being a dingle dongle, but it's connected here. All right, turn it off. Turn that off on again. Whatever. Tedious, isn't it? So useful, but tedious at the same time. Give that knife a wash, because the garlic makes it sticky. Excuse me. And you don't want the knife snagging as you're cutting. All right. That's really not picking up on my Wi-Fi. What's that about? All right. Well, it seemed to work before, so we will endeavor. Dearly beloved. Open it up here. Yeah, I know, because the main cam is what the OSB is running through. So that's what the stream is running through, and this is the other camera. Which, yes, I will give you permission once again, my friend, for you are most welcome. Absolutely. Don't worry, friend. Okay. Okay. Connectors are found. Dun dun dun. Dad's in tech. Yeah, I know. We've been an hour. We've been on this for an hour already. How's that possible? Nope, it's not having it. That is absolute noodle buttery. It is most strange, Roger. It is most strange indeed that we are here, left to our devices, not a single opportunity. VCam's not responding. Why is it not responding? I guess we'll just do a hard restart on the phone then, isn't it? If it's not going to do it this time. Nope. All right, we'll restart the phone. Smother that phone to sleep. Exactly. Well, we'll carry on. So, hey, start, you little swine. You're not connecting with my Wi-Fi's. All right, cool. While the phone's restarting, get my butter out. I said in the description you can use lard, oil, or butter. So depending on what your flavour is. I am actually a big fan of butter, so that's what we'll be using. Not butter. This is for the garlic. Yeah, it looks like a lot of butter, but you need it. Salted butter, no, very difficult to find here, unfortunately. Potatoes, parboiled. We will let those cool a little bit so I can make it easier to handle. They still look like they're pretty firm, right? That's it. I'm just going to chuck them in the bowl where the croutons got oiled up. That way they'll cool off a bit quicker. Yeah, they look soft actually. They can just get chopped in. And then I'm going to try my broth. As you can see, because I've watered it down quite a lot. This is, as I say, a mix of homemade broth. And I will favour chicken for this. Cheek cube. One will do. I think we can always add more later when we're cooking up a storm. How are we doing, phone? Yeah. Okay. 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 That will do. Cheeky little secret. Oh, I love stock cube. So good. Salty. Yeah, we made it to cooking stream. Hey, Paula Panda, you made it. Cool. Fizzer. All right, where are we to? Ooh, what happened there? Desktop audio. Okay, device is connected. Yeah, I guess. Wi-Fi is on. Are you connected to my Wi-Fi unit? Tell me, little phone, why is it you are not liking my little Wi-Fi unit? We need them all, we need shapes. Wow. Okay. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed, guys. Let's open up the app here. If not, we'll just have to go with a lappy and make the most of it. Because I'll be honest with you, I've run out of ideas. It is Brannick. It's a Cheshire. Looking for a love getaway. For so long, getaway. All right. Anyway, we'll proceed. So it said 100 grams of bacon. This is 300. So we can just count the rashers quickly, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 21. So 1/3. 7 rashers of this delightful. 2, 4, 6, 7. There we go. What you can't see right now is this thing is being an arse. Is okay. I'm just going to cut it into little cubes. And come on now. Come on, the gods of the technology, service us with your furnishings. Oh, look at that. Ooh, bingo. We're back on. Persistence. Restart machines. Restart machines. All right. No, you mother. Is it the cable then? Let's try a different USB port. Mother Hubbard. See what happens with this device. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay. Are we on? Is it working? Alright, this isn't like that USB port. Whatever, man. Strange. Okay. So back to our porcine product. 100 grams seems like an awful lot, but it doesn't once you've chopped it down. And that's what we're going to do now. As I say, I would prefer blocks, but this is just fine. A longer knife would be useful. I'll stick with what I got here. And which finger to use? They're all a bit greasy. I never considered that as an issue. Well, here we go. All right. The bacon looks absolutely fine. Yeah, Porcus Maximus. I don't know what's going to I don't know what's going to happen with the phone when I try and move it in a minute, because we will need to move over to the cooking facilities, the range, the hob. It looks straggly, but once it's in the pan, it'll be fine. So. I'm looking forward to this. I have not had dinner. I have but had some sandwiches. As a cat, I'm partial to meat. It's so tiny. It is. Yeah, but my other one's so... It's like a proper chef's knife, and I just feel sometimes it's a bit much. But there it is. Anyway, I think we're done with knife work for now. With that. Stock cubes will go away. Because we're done. And I will need to try and relocate us. So this is where it all could, again, go horribly wrong. Croutons are done. Let's put those in a wee bowl. Later. Oh, does that sound good? Crunchy, crunch, crunch. Croutons. Oh my word. As I said before, no soap. Look, look at that. Nice and greasy. It's what you want. And then just a bit of kitchen roll to wipe that down. And that will build up over time. And you do not need non-stick. I mean, it started out as non-stick, but someone managed to... I don't know where I got this from, like years ago in England somewhere. And I've kept hold of it because it's perfect. Alright. The croutons are finished. So, somehow I'm going to have to try and relocate us over to this position over here, which could be interesting. I have a see how this works out. I'm already going to get butter, right? I would say it's good. It's like a nice dollop, 20 grams maybe. 1 ounce. Gotta love butter. All right, guys. So I'm going to try and relocate. Yeah. Wish me luck. Do these endeavours. Because somehow I've got to move all this together. I guess it would make sense to move the ingredients out of the way first, so we're not in danger of losing those. The eggs can tuck up behind. You guys are going to be I'm going to be a bit of a weird angle for you. But you know, this is the first attempt, isn't it? It's the first attempt, so we can only improve from here, I guess. We're into the dungeon. What are you talking about? Whose dungeon are you referring to? Am I being sent to the dungeon? Am I the dungeon master? Hello, hello. Hiya. Hey, girl. Do I look like a bishop? I said that with rather too much relish, I think. Oh, Cam, you're moving. Where are you moving to, Cam? Okay, I think this could work out. Is it going to be weird that, that I flip sides? I'm crossing the line. I think that's film speak. Is that okay? Or is it too much? It's nice. Okay, cool. In fact, I think I can even like that. We can do it right in the pat. Boom, boom. Sorry, guys. I need another beer. Radagast. Love it. That crouton caught in the back of the throat. Crouton caught in the back of the throat. The cam's going to see now. We'll find out. We'll find out. I could put the extractor on, but it's noisy. We can but try. This is all new. This is all new. I don't think an anti-steam cam exists. Or maybe it does, I don't know. All right. High heat. Well, wrong one. To start with, because this particular hob, that's the way it likes it. We will start with the butter and the meat. Is the correct order. Like so. I'm already going to bang in some pepper, because you can't go wrong with the pepper at the beginning. Pain mic returns. Is it pain miking again? Hello? No, this is this microphone. Watch. If I talk into it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, it should be on this. Should be on this. On this microphone. Yeah. It's not working. Shut up. So this whole time, what you're telling me is that we're using the microphone from the laptop. Oh, you mother hubbard! God damn. Desktop audio default. Ah, well, that's that. Mic auxiliary audio. I tell you what. Okay, hang on a second. You can hear that sizzling though, can't you? Where's my spoon? Now we turn it back. Are we steaming up? No, we're not. Alright. Need a bit more light in here, really. Bacon is going to lose a lot of moisture, I can tell. That's where quality bacon comes in. The spoon is too big. It's big enough. It's big enough. I'm still trying to work on this audio here, guys. Because Mrs. Dadzig had it all nicely set up. Okay, hang on a second. USB audio. What about now? Can you hear me now? Is this now through the mic? Is this through the microphone? Oh, hello. Yes, this is where we do ASMR cooking. Is it working through this microphone now? So if I'm walking away, are we still on this mic? Is this what it should have been the whole time? Okay, the setup gets better. Okay, this is way too brown. You're distracting me. The onions. It's not pain making, right? We're good. I think Mrs. Dadzig set the levels earlier. So we're going to brown. And we were going to put pepper in, but then we got distracted by microphones. Turn it up. I do love pepper. So, although the bacon offers a bit of salt, and although, of course, the stock also has salt, I know from her experience we're going to want a bit of extra salt. And I'm using Himalaya here because then we've got Celtic sea salt in the mix. We've got everything going on. So, cheers. So we're going to let those brown up a bit more. Oh boy. And I guess we can start those bits of garlic as well. I'm going to put that on a medium-high heat for now. Caraway, guys, Czech staple. Where's the light? You can't see. Caraway, kmín, the Czechs call it. Gonna just a little bit because it's quite strong. We're going for like, what's that? Half a teaspoon. In you go. And a bay leaf. A kind of smallish one. We'll check another one in there. And that will do. And now the marjoram we're putting
later on. Dry herbs, I don't know, they say not to put dry herbs in when you're frying because they can go bitter, but to be honest, with seeds and stuff, they offer a bit of flavor, right? So just turn that back up a bit. We'll put the stock in shortly. Yeah, there's a lot of Dadzig in KCD1. Mean. Is that Draco? Is that some kind of I mean, you know, no, shouldn't kink shame, right? So Dadzig goulash when? Oh, what style of goulash though? All powers Hungarian. Okay. Well, now I know. All right, we're getting a bit dark at the bottom here. I don't mind a bit of color. I don't know if you can see that. Getting a bit too brown, so we need to be careful. You're distracting me. Don't get used to this. This is where the camera might steam up. In goes the stock, 1.5 liters, right? There we go, that'll do. And to be honest, we'll see about the potato. Oh, that colour. That colour looks good. It's partially from my homemade broth, which, if I remember correctly, was a beef broth with roasted bones, which gives it its colour. Was this a Christian's? No. What? Who said? What? Where's this implication coming from now? What? You can do what you like. It's my thing. Just don't hurt anybody else. Isn't it? Right. So that garlic is going to toast away while we bring this to a boil. Yeah, maybe we need a little bit more cumin in there, I think. So we'll go for a full teaspoon. See what happens. It's a little bit like gardening. If it goes wrong, try again. Nothing wrong with that. And I should probably try it, shouldn't I? Oh, guys, I didn't put the garlic in to fry. Never mind. It's going in now. So there'll be a bit of cooked, and then we'll finish up with some fresh at the end. So, can we see this is starting now? So this is where you need to turn it right back. With my stove, which goes up to 9, I will be turning it to 3. Give it a taste. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So once that's boiled up, and the bay leaves draw a bit, and the bacon draws a bit, it's going to be great. I'm not sure what you're referring to. What's the fun fact? Yes, it does give. And actually, there's a name for that browning process, which I forget now. What are these European measurements? What for? Well, it's just what my stove goes up to. It goes up from 0 to 9. Some stoves go up to 6, and they go increments of half, 1, 2, half, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, up to 6. So that's it. There's nothing. Yeah. So look, can you see that garlic is bubbling away? Yeah, I'm not burning the butter. This is the thing, because it's in butter, and the trick is not to burn the butter. I'm going to get a different spoon, that one. Gosh, where's my other spatula? What's going on here? What? Oh my word! No. It's on the the draining board, isn't it? Because I don't want to put a wet one in there. Oh yes, look, it's starting to brown. I don't know if you can tell that. Look at that. Just give it time. Turn it right back. Don't burn the butter. If you don't burn the butter, then the sugars in the garlic won't burn either, and it's going to turn crispy and brown. It's going to be amazing. All right, my soup's coming up to the boil. In the meanwhile, not a lot to do other than drink beer and chat. Exactly the adder. Isn't garlic amazing? I love all the alums. Some people can't handle them, which is a real shame. But I guess that's what it is. Is the stove purple? No, I think that's just the lighting because the lights here are quite yellow. It's black. It's a black top. At least it looks black from where I'm standing. Oh wow, you got some snow. Yeah, and there's a whole dump expected over in the west as well. I mean, Forest of Dean, where my mate is, so that's the Midlands technically. No Pilsner Urquell. I'm not a traitor. We've been through this earlier. When did you join the stream? This is a Pilsner style beer. Yeah, that's what I'm drinking. I like Pilsner Urquell, but really it's only really good from the tap. And then I get why people hype it. But from the bottle, I don't know, it's all right. I'll just give me something else. Give me Rata, it's a bit bitterer. There we go. Non-fetish reasons. Send some snow to Olomouc. Okay. We're almost up to a boil here. So, once this is to the boil, we're gonna how are these potatoes? Let's have a look. They're cooked. So I'm just going to chop those into pieces. So we're boiling. I'm going to turn that back. Camera's going to get a bit steamed up. I'm turning it back to 6. We're just going to let that boil a bit, as I say, to let the flavours out. We'll also pick up all that brown from the bottom of the pan. Let it simmer. Bring out the flavours. Bring out your flavours. All right, my garlic has gone a bit too low, so I'm going to pick that up. You know, it's like, it's a little bit to and fro, this process. It's turning. Can you see that? Look at that. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I didn't pick up any fresh chives or parsley. So I'm going to go with a chopped parsley. Sorry, beg your pardon, chopped. Do I have any chopped chives actually? I went through my spice cupboard the other day and I realised no, I don't have any chives. Right, well there's another thing I need to get. Ye old eggs. Could have put them in a bigger bowl straight away, couldn't I? Bring out the bed. Uno. Dos. As I say, this is a full fat version. We're going with the meat, with the fat, with the cheese, with the butter, with the eggs. Cheese boiling. Bring it back to a simmer. Bring it back to a simmer. You need to make sure it's well beaten, that the egg white doesn't still of its consistency. Otherwise, when the egg drop, when you do the egg drop, it still gets kind of clumpy. I have to say I'm a little bit nervous about this because I'm not so good with the egg drop. Oh, look at that! Now we're cooking. Oh yes, you see, you can't rush it. That butter's turning a bit, but that's okay. We'll drain that off. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Give that a couple more minutes. I'm gonna set a timer because I will forget. Use the timer. Yeah, you got your phone. Get one of these. Analog people. I know we're on the technology here, but when you're cooking, honestly, it's so much easier. Bang, bang. What sounds tasty? What have I missed? Insert beating it joke here. Well, of course. Well. Hey, Fountain 1403. Hello. When a stream's going to get smell-o-vision? I know, right? Give my belly a scratch. Watching Dadzig beat it on streams. I'm beating the egg, so hang on a second. If I turn this, there we go. That's a better angle, isn't it? Look, learning curves. We're all learning here today. Hey, okay. So, I think. By the way, this is a really cool pressure cooker. I don't have a medium-sized pan at the moment for making this size soup, which would be good, but I don't. So, drop that in the sink. Taste, taste, taste. You can always add more salt. You can't take it out. Oh my God, that garlic's cooked now, see? I'm going to crush some more fresh right at the end. All right. I think I am happy with this garnish, which is what it's going to be, along with the croutons. So we're going to just drain off that oil. 2 minutes. I didn't forget about it, but it's better to have the timer. And that is crispy now. Oh my God. You hear that? Slightly bitter, but that's fine. It's going to add that snap of a different flavor of garlic. All right. You could add some spice in there, of course. Right, turn that off. I need to find something to put that in. What can I put it in? I put it on a wee plate, I think. I put it on a wee plate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Look at that butt. Again, what do we not do with air fryer? Soap. So we're going to pop that to one side. That's just the hot water. In fact, I'm not going to set it to one side. I'm going to clean it straight away. There we go. I know you can't see me. Paper towel. Of course, you don't have to use paper towel if you don't want to. There. Stainless steel pan. Still working on this one, to be honest. The season on this is not quite where I want it. We'll pop that aside. Let's get our chopping board over here. I don't know if you can see that. We might have to move the camera a little bit. All right. Now we're talking. So we're going to go for the egg drop. I'm going to turn that up just to bring it to more of a simmer. And over here, I'm going to crush the garlic. It's going to go in at the end. I guess you might want to see that. How do we do it? I don't have a crusher, see? I don't have a crusher, see? I'm just going to use my knife on the board. Also, no soap in the fountain. Why not? Could be fun. Crash with the back of the knife. Crash with the back of the knife. Crash with the back of the knife. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Ah, we're so close to serving. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. Chop, chop. Like the cricket on the hearth. We're dropping eggs, boys. So how do we, can you, I guess, see that badly, I'll move up a little bit. How do we crush then? Flat of the knife. If you were doing garlic bread, for example, you might add a bit of salt to this. But there's already a lot of salt in the soup, so I don't want to over salt this. Back of the knife, chop, 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 chop. And this is going to add a real nice snap, because it's just going to go in the bottom of the bowl along with the cheese. We have not forgotten the cheese. My word, I am so excited. So you can do it without egg, you can do it without bacon, you can put carrots in there, root parsley if you want. You can cook this vegan if you want by using a vegetable broth, using olive oil or sunflower oil. You could substitute the bacon for tofu, why not? Whatever you want. The main ingredients are broth, potato and garlic. And then because it's a Czech soup and the Czechs love their caraway, that would be kmín, and marjoram. We have not yet mentioned the marjoram, which is of course in the same family as oregano, but has a slightly different flavor. And we'll go at the very end, because it can become, if you cook it, it's overpowering. It's very strong. You need to be really careful with margarine. So, how hot is that plate? Too hot. I'm going to get my bowl ready. There. I think we're almost ready for the eggs. The garlic got obliterated. That's the plan. It's crushed. I don't have a crusher. You could go finer, to be honest. Oh my god. We're almost there. We're almost there. For those of you who are only just tuning in, we're using this cheese, Olomoucký twarožky. Right? Oh god, it's so good. It stinks. But it's so good. It's so good. There. Alright. Rest of that in the fridge. Put an elastic band around it. Too big. Come on now. Am I out of elastic bands? Ah, there we go. Perfect. Broken. Rubbish. Aha. The soup is back up. Okay. Here we go. Yes. Yes. Okay. Looks like a plop on the top. That's fine. As I say, this is a full fat version. You don't have to put egg in. I just felt like it. I only have a wee ladle though, which is very sad. I need to buy a big ladle. Look at it. It's tiny. Look at it. What am I supposed to do with that? And put a bit of garlic on top of the cheese. The broth will go directly on that. I mean, I've chopped enough garlic here for like 4 portions, right? So and okay, whatever. Potatoes. So turn this down because that does not need to cook anymore. My cooked potatoes will now go in. Who was saying about chopping evenly? Nah, I've overcooked these actually a little bit. I'm not going to cry about that. It's still fairly firm. Yeah, rough chop, 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 chop. In you go. Also, of course, if you reheat this tomorrow, it's going to thicken that right up. Okay, so lesson learned. I overcooked the potatoes. And this is the thing about cooking, is we learn as we go. At the end of the day, it all goes in the same way. It does, but there has to be something said for getting it right. Sometimes, not always. So we're just going to warm those through. Quite big chunks, whatever. You can make it smaller. I've had versions of this where everything is chopped super fine and actually, you know, it cooks in the broth in literally minutes, which is great if you're feeling sick, because this is actually traditionally not just served in pubs to go well with beer, but also as a hangover cure and for when you're sick, because of course garlic is full of all those lovely healing oils as well. So I'm going to warm that bowl a little bit up on that plate there. That hot plate, I mean. Maybe we'll put all the potatoes in actually. Let's see. Let's have a look. So close. So close. Yeah, I think we can go with that other one. I think we can go with the rest. So my assessment was right. 2 large potatoes. But basically 1.5 liters of broth, and then by the time you've got all the other ingredients in there, the onion, the bacon, potatoes, you've got about 2 liters of soup, which if you were cooking it just as a sort of portion, as a main meal, if you will, or to go with, probably will serve up a nice large bowl for everybody, especially seeing as it's hearty. With, see how the heat, how it stopped cooking, this is because the potatoes are absorbing that heat. I'm gonna need to get a different utensil out here, I think. Grab the bits from the bottom. Alrighty. Okay. We are so close. It's not even funny. We arrive. Okay, last thing is the marjoram. Better believe it. Let's see. I'm going to go with, again, about half a tablespoon or just over a teaspoon. Rub it. Ah, it smells so good. Wish you could smell it. Let's see. It bangs straight out. It's like putting oregano on a pizza, right, at the end. Give it a rub. And there we go. All right. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to serve up. I'm going to serve up into this slightly warmed bowl. Are we here, chat? Are we with this? Look at that. Let me turn the stove off. We're done. We have cooked. Truth is, we've spent a good long while on this. If you have everything cut and you're not chatting, you should be able to make this in somewhere about 20 to 30 minutes, right? Because you can cook as you go. So it's actually pretty quick. Also, you know, the broth is there. It's a cube. The potatoes, you could have pre-cooked potatoes. You could, whatever, as I say, chop it super fine, and it all just goes in that broth actually and cooks up. You don't have to cook the potatoes separately. Exactly. What else? An onion will do. You don't need the bacon. It's that simple. Okay, so we, as I say, I need a larger ladle, so we're just gonna. Oh my God! Do you know what? If I go to a pub or a restaurant and I see a bay leaf in my soup, because I almost invariably always order soup. As far as I'm concerned, that is a good sign. That is a sign that this place cares about what it's cooking. All right, that is a solid portion, man. All right. How do we finish? I would go for a crack of pepper, just because this pepper grinder, I think, might have had its day. That's sad. It's been with me for a while. Okay. A crack of the pepper. Yep. It's on its way. Oh well. And actually, that's funny. I was looking at one in the shop earlier, and I was like, "No, don't buy it, Michael. You've already got 3 pepper grinders." I do have 3 pepper grinders. Croutons. Do. Is that enough croutons? Never enough croutons. Bam. And of course, a little bit of our dried garlic. Shits and giggles. So I say, Nazdraví. Oh, God, I love beer. There it is. Colour's not great. I need to work on the lighting. That marjoram kicks. You really can't put it in earlier. You really need to put it in the end. It's like literally one of the first things you taste. No, I shouldn't burn my tongue. Go for the croutons first. Guys, God, I love soup. I'm so happy we started with soup. I'm not sure, Esther. It's easily overdone, the margarine. Ramen is good as well. We'll get to ramen, I think. Spoon one to the camera. Filthy. Filth. So good. Oh my word. So good. All right, kids. Put some more of that garlic in. All right. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this, and I'm going to leave you to it. How could you have fucked up, Barbarian? What happened? Yeah, no worries, and we'll be at it again next week. So this that's the idea. So um, I think we'll go Hungary maybe, or Germany. Does Luxembourg have a soup? I don't know. Um, so that's the plan. What week 1 of 52? Absolutely, Yowie. Two cameras. We made it work. I know, is that so exciting? Every country must have a soup. It's. Oh, here's the thing. We all used to start with soup, and they still do, right? In many parts of the world, broth, whatever is what you have in the morning, and we've kind of replaced it with cereal and shit. But actually, just some simple broth. I mean, this is maybe a little on the heavy side unless you're hungover or sick, but it sorts you out. That's for sure. Oh, the cheese. We forgot the cheese. Yeah. Mm. Ah. mm. Mm. Now it's got to hit the crunchy garlic. It's bitter on its own, but with this, God, I love cooking. I love food so much. A lot of that broth soaking up by the croutons now. Mm. All right, guys. It's very good, Esther. It's very good. Oh, all right. Chat. Thank you so much for joining. Bless you all, and have a great evening. Keep you posted. Next week, Thursday, I'm gonna be with Logan. So I've got to work out when I can stream cooking next week, but it's going to happen. More of that in 2026. So have a great evening or day or night, wherever you are, and see you soon. Who gets a partner? Me? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Mm. Mm. And we will cook that steak at some point. It's not just going to be soup. Brizzle! It's not just going to be soup. As I say, we'll get into making homemade stock. We'll get into. I know I haven't done the thingy yet, but I will. I just video on demand will be available. Yes. Mm. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'll have to probably do like an edit down for the cooking. This is not because I'm trying to kind of fight Instagram with its stupid 2 minute cooking videos that nobody can follow. But this is the opposite end because what are we now at like 2 hours? We're almost at 2 hours of cooking one soup. But hey, I'll get around to doing an edit, and it's going to be a bit weird and choppy. But this is the way forward, I think. And I get to do two things that I really love, which is hanging out with you guys and cooking. I have always loved cooking, so I get to focus on my world of acting and cook at the same time. 2 hours of cooking for a 30-minute soup. You're quite right. Exactly. Slow cooking at its best with good company. Thank you so much. Mm. God damn it. I thought it might be shit, but it's actually quite good. This is Czech pub standard. I'm happy. That's the best thing for me when I'm surprised because I'm my own worst critic, aren't we? Aren't we our own worst critic? Mm. Banger. Absolutely. All right. I'm off, chat. Have a good evening.